knew some men weren't lying about having terrible, no good, very bad experiences dating women, because I've had the pleasure along the span of my life to have been friends with some terrible women. You don't know pain until you've been best friends with a woman who secretly hates you, doesn't like you, dislikes you, can't think of anything good about you. It'd be a good day for her if you passed away. They like to say that women that don't have a lot of friends are weird, but you're not gonna see me with a whole bunch of I don't do friendship aesthetic. Do you know that some girls go out, like large groups of girls go out and they go out to eat and they don't even eat, they just take pictures of themselves and the food?
Have you ever felt completely alone, even in a room full of people? Imagine navigating a world that seems to celebrate friendship while you stand on the sidelines, feeling invisible. This is the reality for countless of women who find themselves without a close circle of friends, often feeling judgment and misunderstanding. In today's video, we are going to be talking about women who do not have friends, their experiences, and we are going to explore the nuances of loneliness and the strength that comes from solitude. We will hear from women who have been labeled as friendless and dive into their experiences. We will also hear from women who think that not having friends as a woman is a red flag.
So I saw a TikTok today that pretty much said if you have no friends, that's a red flag. Or if you've not been able to maintain friendships from school and university, then that is a red flag. And not only did that make me feel shit about myself, and I'll get into that, but it's such a problematic way to think and it can make people feel really, really bad about themselves. So I just wanted to talk about it because I love talking about friendships and understanding like friendship dynamics. So for me personally, as I've grown up through my life, I definitely have lost friends and I've outgrown friendships, and that is completely normal and a healthy part of life. If I was the same person with the same friends that I had throughout school and university, I would be slightly worried because it means I just haven't grown, developed or matured as a person, because a lot of the times the friends you have in those situations are purely circumstantial based on like the location of your school or where you went to uni. As a teenager, you don't really even know who you are or what you stand for or what your interests are. So it's really hard to make friendships that mean genuine things where you're genuinely connecting over your interests, your passions, your values. So actually, I'm kind of glad that I've outgrown a lot of those friendships because it means I've grown as a person too. Secondly, I have learnt the meaning of setting boundaries, which has been incredible for my mental health, and knowing what I accept and what I can tolerate in my life. And if people cross those boundaries, I am more than in my right to question that friendship and cut them off if I feel like they are not adding any value to my life, or especially if they are bringing things like toxicity and negativity and drama. I very much have self-respect and I protect my peace and my time and my worth enough to cut those people off. I'm also super fortunate that I work in an industry where I pretty much meet new people every day of my life. And even I struggle to make new friends and meet genuine people and form long-term connections. And I'm in an industry that allows that. So there are so many people out there that struggle to make friends and shouldn't be made to feel bad about it, okay? And last but not least, I'm at a point in my life where the older I've gotten, like I would rather have less but good quality friendships rather than loads of like really bad ones. So I want people in my life that make me feel happy, motivate me, inspire me, add value, make me laugh. And to be honest, friends like that are pretty hard to come by and sometimes impossible for people in certain situations or who live in certain areas or countries. So again, if you are someone that doesn't have friends or has very, very few friends, it's not a bad thing. And quality over quantity. It's so empowering as women to actually be comfortable in our own skin and be happy in our own company. So protect your time, protect your peace, and protect your energy.
Friendship is often celebrated as one of the most fulfilling parts of life. It provides emotional support, shared experiences, and a sense of belonging. But for most women, which includes me, genuine friendship can sometimes be hard to come by. I feel like this topic isn't talked about as often as we should. Many people, especially women, find themselves navigating life without the deep connections that society emphasizes as crucial. This could be as a result of life transitions, personality differences, or even past experiences with women. And this has been the reality for so many people.
Does anyone else just have the absolute hardest time making girlfriends? Like, I'm so young, and the amount of female friendships that I've been through that have traumatized me is absolutely insane. Like, 99% of the girls that I make friends with end up just being weird. Like, what is with girls being weirdos? Like, does anyone else notice a weird pattern of secret hatred and jealousy and competition with every girlfriend they make? And this is not me being like, I'm a victim, like, girls mistreat me. Like, genuinely, every single female friendship I've had, besides, like, a handful, have been the same thing, where someone is secretly hating on me the entire time, and I realize it in the end. And then I'm like, wait, did you ever even like me? I think you actually hate me. I have a lot of surface level female friendships, but I only really have 3 solid good girlfriends that are like forever friends that will always have my back, and I know that they will have my back. And I'm fulfilled with that. I'm fine with just having those friends because they're amazing, but I'm always open to meeting new girlfriends. And every time that I meet someone new and get excited about a new girlfriend, they always do something. Like, there's something. It's always something. Whether it's like disinviting me from something, or not wanting me to be somewhere, or leaving me out, or like viewing all my stuff and like never commenting, and like that secret jealousy hater vibe, I'm not into. It just seems like every female friendship that I get into has this like underlying competition, and I don't understand it because that's not something I want to be part of. There are just so many weird girls that I've been friends with that like end up actually being my biggest hater the entire time, and are like probably plotting on me the entire time. I just feel like I can't make a solid girlfriend without them doing something to me within like 2-3 months. I don't know if anyone else struggles with this in the same ways that I do, but I'm so over the secret jealousy, hater, competition vibes. I just want real girlfriends. Is it that hard?
So the next video that is about to play is quite interesting and slightly different from today's topic, but I still think it has a connection to what we are going to talk about, in the sense of women decentering men and prioritizing female friendship. Here, this lady talked about how she cut off one of her friends for celebrating her boyfriend's birthday, someone who treated her friend like trash in their relationship.
I will never forget the time I cut off I can't even call her a friend, but for story purposes, we're going to call her a friend. I will never forget the time I cut off my friend because she celebrated her boyfriend's birthday. And before you say, Bree, that sounds insane, please listen to the story and understand you would have cut her off a long time ago. So I had a friend, she was in a toxic relationship, but it was like past toxic. We're not going to get into detail just for her privacy, but anyway, her birthday comes up, right? She's really excited about it, as she should be. And I just find it so funny that that day they got into an argument and he left the house for the entire day, or like towards that evening when she was entering her birthday. He left, he was not speaking to her, nothing. She hits me up and she's really upset about it. He's not speaking to me, hasn't said anything, like it's my birthday. How could he leave me in the house all alone on my birthday for the weekend, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know what? I was working all day that day, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to surprise her with like balloons. I'm going to get her champagne. I'm going to get her stuff so like we can do hookah. And I ordered her some food. So obviously when you're upset, you're going on and on about it. And she couldn't stop. It was like word vomit. She just kept talking about the situation. And her other friend was there who did her makeup and stuff so she could take the pictures. And we're just trying to like just uplift her spirits. Like, girl, forget him. Like, let me explain something to you. There's a lot of relationship advice that, circles around the internet, and I understand it can get annoying. But one thing that will always remain true, how a man treats you on your birthday is how he feels about you. You get one day to celebrate the day God chose you as his special one. And he doesn't want to make you feel special. He hates you. Now back to the story. We're celebrating, she's feeling better. She a little alcohol in her system. It's good. So the next day she FaceTimes me and she's like super excited. Like, oh my God, he dropped off like edible arrangements and he said he's sorry. And the crazy thing is, the fight wasn't even that crazy. Like, I can't remember what they were arguing over, but I promise you, it was nothing crazy that deserved my friend to basically have to not spend her birthday alone, but that's not how she wanted to spend it. She wanted to be with her man. So I'm like, she can tell I'm not really happy about the edible arrangements because it's like, okay, but where was he like last night? She doesn't really want to get into that, whatever. Now listen carefully. His birthday, they're about 3 weeks apart, their birthdays. And I tried to remind her, like, listen, do not celebrate that man's birthday. Don't get him anything, no card, no nothing. because, like, I don't care what has been forgiven. If you celebrate that man's birthday, you have shown him all the reasons and ways he could actually get away with things. So she's like, no, girl, I promise you, like, I'm not celebrating his birthday. Like, I'm basically over him. You know, that talk. His birthday comes. And at first, it didn't seem like she was there. So I'm like, okay, like, my girl is staying on business. Like, I'm so proud of her because we've been through this for like a year now. She ends up uploading a picture at the place that he celebrated his birthday at. That is the realization that I had in that moment. When I looked at that Instagram picture, she was far too gone. Like, I realized she was far too gone. And then I also had a realization for myself that I could not save her no matter what. So she ended up reaching out to me, and she was just like, hey, like, I haven't heard from you. And like, at that point, I had deleted her off of Instagram and everything. Like, I was just so like boiling with anger. I just wanted the friendship to be done. So I explained to her, like, listen, you're not even in a space to have a genuine friendship, because majority of our friendship was like me listening to her problems. So I basically told her, like, listen, you're not in a space to carry a healthy friendship, and that's where I am right now. You're too focused on a man that has shown you time and time again that he does not care about you. However, when you are in the space to actually have a good friendship and you finally leave him, you can always contact me. My DMs are always open. But right now, I don't see us growing as friends anymore. She left me on scene, and I never spoke to her again. I think it's important to realize that when someone is just far too gone and they're drowning in their own mess, you have to let them drown. Will we ever be friends again? Maybe, maybe not. But that was my last straw, girl. On your birthday?
So, what do you think about this particular video that just played? Do you think that the lady in question was overreacting or overreacted? Because I believe that somewhere in the video she mentioned that this her friend that she talked about only contacts her when there is a problem, and I think is a valid reason to stay away from her. I mean, at least for some time. Women who are male-centered can be dangerous and untrustworthy. However, it is funny that we do not give the same grace and second chances that we give our boyfriends to our girlfriends. I really do wonder why that happens. Please, if you know, please tell me in the comment section down below.
So sick and tired of the toxicity that females have toward other girls that don't have a lot of friends. Like, literally even trends on TikTok where they say when you find out the reason why the girl who has no friends has no friends, it's actually heartbreaking and like actually feels like such a personal attack toward me. My whole life, like, I've literally struggled to make friends, and as I've gotten older, I'm still struggling to make friends. I've never really had consistent friends for long periods of time or through different seasons of life, and I've come to like grow up and have like self-awareness to realize like that they've all served a purpose, and there are also like possibilities as to the people that I need in my life and the people that I don't. And I've taken it all in stride, and I'm gonna cry. I've taken it all in stride. I'm trying to be confident to find my people. And it's like the biggest thing that I'm manifesting at the moment. And I feel like I literally can't even do that because now there's like this ideology that's spread that if you don't have friends, then you're like not worthy of having friends, or people should want to steer clear of you. Like, to me, that is the same as saying like, I don't want to be in a relationship with you unless you're already in a relationship, because if you're single, then clearly you're not good enough to be in a relationship with. Like, do you guys see how that doesn't quite work? And it's just stopping me from achieving my goals. Like, I'm actually afraid to continue to go after what I know I need and what I've worked toward and what I know I deserve, because I care about what other people think, which is something I'm really trying not to do. But how can you not when you've almost created this species of person that I'm now falling into the category of? So let's stop that, okay? If people don't have large groups of friends or any friends at all, let's not jump to conclusions as to why that is.
Hey, if you're one of those girls who are like, no, I hate girls, I don't have any girlfriends, all these B words is fake, every girl is weird, I don't have no female friends, come here. Baby, we not all fake. So you're telling me the whole world is weird and you're the only normal one? I'm gonna be real, and I'm not trying to be mean, but anytime I've met a girl and she tells me like, oh, I don't have a lot of friends, within the first like week of me knowing her, she shows me why she doesn't have a lot of friends. I think that if you're in a situation and you're in a season of your life where you're really lonely and isolated, I promise you that's not how life is meant to be. And the people who are like, everybody in the world is weird, they're so quick, like, girl, so you think everyone else on this earth was meant to have friends and community except for you? God was like, everybody else gonna have this community, everybody else gonna have these friends and people who love them, but you, no, you're just gonna be by yourself. That's not true. So let's start looking within, honestly, because there's no way that the whole world can maintain healthy friendships, but you can. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I knew some men weren't lying about having terrible, no good, very bad experiences dating women, because I've had the pleasure along the span of my life to have been friends with some terrible women. You don't know pain until you've been best friends with a woman who secretly hates you, doesn't like you, dislikes you, can't think of anything good about you. It'd be a good day for her if you passed away. They like to say that women that don't have a lot of friends are weird, but you're not gonna see me with a whole bunch of I don't do friendship aesthetic. Do you know that some girls go out, like large groups of girls go out, and they go out to eat and they don't even eat, they just take pictures of themselves and the food? Imagine, no, a lamb chop just sitting there unlicked. And if you didn't bring enough money to pay for the food that nobody ate, they're going to tell the internet that you're poor and that they're not friends with you no more. And then you got the girls that want to be friends because they're interested in becoming you. And once they've achieved copying your personal style and personality, they'll figure out a way to get rid of the original. I knew a girl that pretended she had PCOS because I have PCOS. Yes, she tried to duplicate my disorder. The want a little sample of the syndrome. Then you got the girls that are cool as hell, smart, funny, down to earth, beautiful, but they lose all their good qualities when a man is involved. If it's a random man, then she'll create a one-sided competition with you in her head because you'll need to fight for his attention to the death. If it's her man, then you'll only get to talk to her when they're on bad terms, and then when you do get to talk to her, she'll only want to talk about him, and then when they're back cool again, she'll say shit like, my man comes above my friends. I'm sorry, that's my man. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna come over. I don't want to do girls' night anymore, okay? I'm gonna wash his feet tonight. Those are the feet that leads my life. It can't be believe all women because some of you hoes be lying for no reason. It can't be protect all women because some of you hoes need to get slapped. I can't even lie.
So I decided to read out some of the comments that I saw in this particular video. And the first person said, my circle is small for these reasons. Then the other person said, the worst part is when you find out that the person that hates you the most is your sibling. That one is another topic on its own. Anyways, this other person said, it's either she hates you or she's male-centered. God, please, I am tired. Then the next person said, I had a fake friend. She tried to turn others against me and failed. God, don't play about me. Then this one says, I had a fake friend. Baby, that's a different type of hurt. And I'm not even gonna lie, it hurts to the bone. It doesn't even have to be a fake friend. Just naturally falling out with your friends really, really hurts. Then this one says, damn girl, that competition ish is real, and I never thought I had anything for somebody to be jealous of, but apparently she knew something I didn't. And oh yes, you could just be the nicest, kindest, most humblest friend, and someone you call a friend is just jealous of you. I mean, for absolutely nothing, or probably something that they've seen in you. Then this one says, yes, it is sad how common this is. And just generally women talking about how they have dealt with so many different women, and now she has had her seasons. She's decided to just end up with two friends and blah blah blah. That's a lot of women talking about how they've ended up with unfriendly friends.
I like to say that women that don't have a lot of friends are weird, but you're not gonna see me with a whole bunch of I don't do friendship.
This is so true. They always like to say that women with little to no friends are weird. A handful of those women are weird. They are weird, and that's why they don't have friends. But majority of us, we just stay to ourselves because we have experienced a lot of trauma in friendships, period. Keita talked about somebody in her video. She talked about somebody who even pretended to have PCOS because she has PCOS. I've had someone quite literally copy and paste everything I did, everything I said, tried to sleep with everybody I've ever been with. I mean, very obsessive. Would even post pictures of my child on her social media. Like, it was very, 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 very weird. It gave Lifetime movie, and it's scary, and women are really like that in real life. There's women like that in real life. That's why we don't be having a lot of friends, because we don't want to deal with that, especially when you're somebody who naturally inspires and you have natural influence. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just something about you that gives, like, ooh, where you get that from? Who you, how you, those type of women cling to you because they want to pull from your personality, your style, your cadence. People who are attached to you, people who like you and love you, they want to know why, what is it about her that makes you like her and love her? So let me get close to you and try to be her and see if you'll like me the way that you like her. It gets weird. It gets weird.
Like when you see people post their friends online, you only see them going out and being like, oh my God, I love you. She's my bestie. We had the best time. And you don't see them talk shit about each other. You don't see them arguing. You don't see that one friend being left out and sitting at home crying because they didn't get invited. I was that friend. Like at one point in my life, I was posting about how much I loved my friends and how good they were to me. And it looked from the outside that I had this picture perfect friend group. But if you go through my Snapchat memories at the same time, I was crying in my room. I was so sad, so depressed because my friends didn't like me. My friends weren't including me. Like if you compared my public post to my private post, you'd see two completely different stories, two completely different sides. I was trying to make it seem like my friends were the best friends ever and I loved my life, but my friends were making me question if we were even friends, if they even liked me.
Backbiting and betrayal are common challenges in some female friendships. Often it is rooted in competition, insecurity, or misunderstanding. I believe that if you've ever been in such situation, of course, it comes with the hurt and unspoken resentment, now making it even harder for you to intentionally want to make friends. Betrayals, whether it is intentional or subtle, can take many forms, such as a friend pursuing another friend's romantic interests, spreading rumors, or publicly airing private details. In some cases, jealousy can fuel this behavior, leading to an erosion of trust and emotional safety in female friendships. I also believe that women face higher societal expectations to appear perfect or to become constantly supportive. Hence, people expect women to have to do their stuff or have their stuff together at a particular age and eventually settling down. So you find out that they see women who do not have their SHIT together at a particular age as failure. And I feel like this also intensifies the skits of betraying your friend. I'm not saying that's a good reason enough. I'm just saying it's one of the reasons. A betrayal in a female friendship can be particularly painful because women often form close bonds, intimate emotional ties with their other female friends. So when the trust is broken, the sense of loss can be very, very profound, leading to isolation and difficulty in forming other female friendship or new bonds.
This is exactly how you're going to find your group of girlfriends that you've been wanting for so long. And even if it's not a group that you're looking for, this is how you're going to align with women that you can get along with for a lifetime. So when I was in therapy, my therapist had me make the perfect man list. She said, Bree, no request is too big or too little. You write down anything you want. But I had to double it because not everything is about a piece of man. So I made the perfect friend list, and you're going to make one too. So tonight, you're going to take your phone, iPad, notepad, whatever you use to write down notes, and you're going to write at the top the perfect friend list. Underneath that, you're going to put, I am worthy and open to receiving these friendships, because you actually have to feel worthy of things, because you are. Literally, you can write down anything you want, from I want mom friends because I'm a mom. I want tall friends because I'm tall. It can be anything, and it doesn't matter because it's your list. Then you're going to put the list away. You're not going to obsess over it, nothing, because you have to trust that this is what's for you. This worked for me, and even though I don't have a group of girlfriends, naturally women are just starting to align with me. It's the craziest thing ever. So go write your list, girl. And lastly, just because a woman does not have friends does not mean she's a red flag or she's weird. You don't know her story. She could have moved cities, had a rebirth, and had to get rid of her old friends. You don't know. And I'm sorry, if you're willing to give that man a chance and you know he's a walking red flag, why can't you give a woman a chance? I'm so excited to see what happens for you, because it's going to happen. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, okay? And remember, you're worthy of friendships.
Anyways, that is it for today's video. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care. I'd really appreciate it. My name is Sandra, and I'll see you next time. Bye.